Watch this! Take cover!
Oh.
Watch this!
Good evening, Interworld. This is Sergeant Slack here from Banana One Productions. We're back in World of Warcraft. I'm on my Resto Druid steroid. You join me in my guild as we attempt the first boss, Morchock, in Dragon Soul 10. Ooh, that's nice. I'm going to have added that, and that's new. So basically, this is not designed to be a how-to as to raiding. It's designed more of an introduction. Say you've got a character, you're fairly well geared, and you want to start raiding, but you're not quite sure how it goes, what all the workings are. So this first boss is fairly easy. Well, it's very easy, to be honest. There aren't a lot of tactics that go into it. There's basically 2 phases, and getting through those phases is kind of easy. So we'll do one of the phases is Morchock summons this resonating crystal and it affects several people. You've got to go over to it or it does a hell of a lot of damage and kills you. And then the second phase, he pulls you towards you, so you just have to go and run and hide behind one of the pillars. So here I've got this debuff, which now means I'm going to get hit by this thing. So I'll pop a few heals and everything will go away. So the first things to know about raiding is it's kind of like doing an instance, but there's a little more preparation involved. If you check my buffs up here, you can see well fed, which we got from a seafood feast. This is phase 2, well fed, and I've got a flask on, which increases intellect. Now these are kind of important things that are sort of overlooked at first. And yeah, it does make a big difference, basically, to how well you do, how much damage you can cope with as a healer, how much you can put up with. So that was phase 2 of Morchock. He does that black blood stuff on the floor. You've got to kind of avoid that and get behind one of the pillars. Okay, into a better view, because I was zoomed in for the intro. Okay, so the next most important thing about healing raids is to know your role. So as a druid, good things I've got are lots of hots. Lots and lots of hots. So my job primarily in our setup is to just get into this safe zone over here, drop a bit of healing. My job is to keep everyone else alive. I'm relying on the other healers, as we've arranged beforehand, to do things like main tank healing. Our priest is doing a lot of main tank healing, and I'm doing a bit of off tank healing, but mainly my job is to keep the DPS alive. Now the roles all do get slightly blurred, as with anything. If something's not happening as much as it should do, then people jump in. So this is phase 2, I'll talk you through this. He does this earth and vortex thing, which pushes you into the middle, and then you've got to run away and avoid the black blood stuff. Now if you find a spot here, away from the black blood, then you can actually still cast on the boss. And I'll just drop this debuff on, because this is something I can do to help my raid at large. Generally you don't want to be in front of bosses, because they do more damaging stuff to the front, which is why tanks generally turn them away. So this fight's going fairly well, as I thought it would. I'm confident enough to waste a bit of mana on doing some damage. Oh, we got a crystal down. Now come on. Oh, it's one of our healers. So as he's running, I've got to do a little bit of tank covering, maybe get a few people a bit more sorted, and yeah. So next thing is keybinds. Really, you could do this with clicking if you're really good. Hey, and the boss is dead. Let's see what we get for loot. Hand of Morchock. What's that? One hand axe. Strength stand. Deadlift dead. So that's all useless for me. Just good. In a way, I think I'm only really needing a chest piece. So, that was Morchock, the first boss in Dragon Soul 10. I may well stick it on. It depends how much hard drive space I have later, but I may well stick on the other bosses as we get to them and get them down, because they have a few bit more tactics involved, that kind of stuff. So, this is Sergeant Slack from Banana Bomb Productions saying, go get out there and raid. Nice.